this topic, I think one of the things that's very interesting is this concept of user-focused CRM, and as a vendor of CRM solutions, I know you want us to be controversial. What Kevin said, would resonate from almost any vendor, right? Sugar would say it, we would say it, Siebel would say it, right? Hey, it's user-focused dashboards and blah 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 blah. All this sort of process implementation. And so one of the very interesting things is we funded a research study with Crimson Consulting, where they went out and talked to salespeople, sales managers, customer service folks, and surveyed them, right, on kind of what was important to them from CRM functionality. I think that's important for two ways. If you haven't seen the study, you should look at it if you're planning on doing a CRM project. One, it's a great methodology for how we see some customers actually get that user requirement. Right? So instead of, I think a lot of customers have said, look, we're going to take a SME or a salesperson and put them on the team. Right? You're still getting a singular view of what salespeople need. And you've got 700 salespeople. And if you've ever put 700 salespeople in a room and asked them a single question, you get 700 different answers. So you need, it's a great way to get a broad spectrum of agreement that says, hey, look, we sent this survey out. Here's 30 things. We ask you to rank them in importance. These are the top 15 that came out. This is the focus that we're going to put. So we've seen some customers kind of go to that level, and instead of having a constant integration from the sales folks. There's no doubt that customers who are more successful involve the end users, the business users, in the process. Right? We see, from Microsoft's perspective, we're historically IT focused and centric. Right? We have a lot of strong relationships there, and so we have a lot of customers who come to us with what we can tell is an IT-driven project. Right? We're going to do sales force automation for the sales guys because they've been dying for a forecasting tool. Right? And we can, a lot of times we're coaching them, our partners are coaching them on what's the integration to make sure that you have the right business requirement. And so I think that's really important. The interesting thing is, if you look at why we get engaged, vendors get engaged mostly, it's the things that Kevin mentioned and Scott mentioned are, hey, look, we don't have a sales process, we don't have good, accurate forecasting, all that sort of stuff. If you look at the Crimson study and look at the top 15, implementation of a sales process is not in the top 15 for a salesperson. Right? Forecasting accuracy is not really there. Attainment versus quota is number 4. They want to know how they're doing against their quotas and getting paid and all that sort of stuff. So what we're coaching customers on is it's a slight vernacular change between I want to improve my forecasting to a salesperson says I want to know that I'm on plan to make quota because OTE earnings for me are important versus for us, and I have the experience of, I implemented Siebel at Microsoft, right, through my sales team, and then I've gone through a CRM implementation with my sales team, and for me it's very important to be accurate in forecasting. I'm the sales guy, right? I'm the sales manager, and that's my responsibility. For my sales guys, it's important to be good at forecasting because their job depends on it, but their career, their livelihood depends on them making quota, right? And being on target to make quota and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's a really interesting thing as you think about your users to make sure that you're getting their complete perspective on what they want to do. And